where's the ticker, where's it at? All right, all right, all right. Hey, Tick, I'm
Hey,
gonna. How are you doing? Good morning. Hold
yes,
on.
good
Let me
morning.
fart coin for free. All right. If you want some fart coin for free, everybody drop your Sui wallet only. Sway. Um, hold on, because I need to open an AMA. I gotta be at three places all at once, which is not gonna
And
work.
I'll have you guys.
All right.
Speaking, is it just Clark or?
All right, so I'm joining this conversation. You're gonna hear maybe some stumbling on the background because, as you might know or not know, it's in my bio now. I am a part of the MMKK, which it's the most exclusive um, mega whale group there is in the TG. But I do have to join AMAs on occasion, so I'm just having to multitask. You guys, I'm gonna get shield here. They're gonna shield big uh, um, projects, but also very much utility projects as well, like Estate X. I knew Estate X before they came to do the AMA with the MMKK. But yeah, we have random of these AMAs that I need to join, so it's kind of being hectic for a while right here. But also want to be as much as I can in some doginal spaces because these are awesome. I do not have time for all of them, but if you can, please join Bark and Shibo or subscribe to them because it's, I mean, the fun is big, but the opportunities that are smacked around there are life changing. So just go ahead and know that. Leave your Sui wallet down below for some fart coin on Sui, that is. And yeah, Tick is good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks. Just some sideways movement in the market, it looks like today.
Yep,
But
yep,
a nice,
going over it.
it looks like it's recovering from the 113 a little bit.
Hmm.
So,
As
yeah,
expected.
all my assets are pretty much standing still. There's a few that are like
Hmm.
moving a little bit, but nothing
Yeah,
that's like
nothing big.
nothing. Yeah, yeah. Estate X seemed like it was still doing very well. It's still kind of
Still doing
just
it.
yeah. And then yeah, everything's just moving sideways. It seems like right now. So it's kind of just
Well, it's not sideways, right? It's everything is coming up from that ugly dip on
oh yeah,
Saturday,
everything was red. Yeah,
and so everything comes up. Everybody lost some floors there, and so we're just coming up, and we're coming up on resistance for everything. So we're coming
yeah.
up on resistance for Bitcoin, 115. Yep, we need to value area back of 117.5, and when we get there, we can actually move further up, right? So watch for that price range. Dominance dropped just a little, which made ETH run very hard. ETH is
Mm-hmm.
running very hard, you guys. That's good news. When we see ETH running hard, we see then immediately Sui moving hard. We see Solana then also moving hard, but also very much surprising. One of the underdogs, the dark horses of the blockchain, CE, pulling up right in a massive way. I think that's so undervalued over there as well. And so you see really these, you can mark those as the underdogs, right? And these are going to be traded too, you guys, right? It looks like ETH really wants to cook. Let's have a look at that E chart then before I just go in and speak about some projects here. So ETH really looking good on the daily. It is the like it could have that RSI could have been on the floor just a little for a little bit longer here because on the regular RSI we just moved to the middle and then up, which is also okay. I mean, I'm not complaining, right? Not complaining at all. So we're starting to look good on a daily, so we can expect some pumps later this week into next week. And it's like the thing is playing out, right? We're gonna have green August and then possibly a red September. So Maybe I'm expecting some more fear, some more blood in September, and then send hard right from there. But who knows? This was maybe the last blood that you could buy, so we never know. So that's why we double down on these dips, right? Because it is going to happen,
Mm.
and you need to pay attention and stick with it for the next months to come. You guys, it's just a thing, right? It's just a thing. So yeah, Bitcoin looking good right here as well. We can see that there is some sell pressure in that price zone just above us, right? That former 1617. If you look on the daily, you see clearly that wick from the 25th of July. That whole wick is now resistance, right? So that whole price zone is resistance. So take that one back to the body, and then we're just flipping bullish once more, right? But it was always a bullish continuation. Bitcoin likes to make these moves. It makes these channels, these descending channels, and it loves making that, right? So it's always kind of is expected that sideways down movement for Bitcoin. But it just scares a ton of people out of their bags. It always does. And you know what? The traders know this, right? Long holders, big money, however you want to call it, smart
Yeah.
money, they know this, so they know how to shake you out. And so I hope that you learned by now is not to be shaken out, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I wonder how many people sold for a loss last week. People that may have like tried to enter like the market or something, and then Bitcoin basically blasting the top and then pulling back for the
Tick,
last few
I know
days.
people that
Yeah,
DCA'd for 2 years, had 20, 30 grand in their portfolio,
and then sold for a loss.
rugged it all because they are giving up.
Wow. Yeah,
They're
that's
like,
the thing. Like, don't quit
it
before the
takes too
miracle
long.
happens, right? Like,
That's it.
you hear
And
about
and
that
the,
so many times. I've heard this countless times from
yeah,
people selling for a loss. Like, we've talked about this too, but people selling for a loss, being down 75%, but they need that rent money and, whatever. And it's like, there's a few mistakes that they've
or
made.
they're gonna sell at a loss, go to the next sender of the day, try and flip their bag back again,
Wow. Yeah.
right?
I've,
And
I've
and
actually
get
done
it,
that.
and yeah,
Yeah, and
and
get
get,
wrecked royally.
yes,
Like,
you get
okay,
like
I'm
a
gonna make
royal
I'm gonna
flush
make
of
it
getting back there.
I'm gonna make it all right with this play. Double
That's
down
it.
right
That
here,
yeah,
and
that's the
then it's
thought.
just it's gone so quickly. You're like, oh
I'm just
shoot.
gonna rug it, and then I'm gonna do this to double it, and it never works out
Yeah.
because now you're chasing volume instead of waiting for volume. But the more people that I hear about giving up, the more it indicates to me that we are very, very close to
Right.
some big, 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 big pumps because
Right.
that's where the hurt, it always hurts the most. It's darkest before the dawn, right?
Yeah. Well, you've
Uh,
told me that
yeah.
to me before. It can actually be kind of like almost analyzed when when a certain percentage have sold for a
Yeah.
loss. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, like institutional money and like whale money is like, oh, perfect. Like, everything's on clearance. We can sweep the floor, and then we have that like quantum shift, basically.
Yes, absolutely. They wait for that. Big money stock market looks at that too. 60, 70% is for them an indication for the floor and for the top, right?
Mm,
So when 60, 70% is FOMOing and buying, and that's when the top is in as well. And we can clearly see that when that retail comes in, makes Bitcoin go parabolic. And then at one point, that 60, 70 ratio will come into play again. And that's for them to tell the top is in. Right? So yeah, there's a lot of that going on, and if you know the games, then you know how to play it, right? And you don't fear. It's just time playing out. But this is exactly where people worry. Just like the person in real life, it's actually not the first. It was like the last few weeks. It was more and more people like, yeah, this crypto thing is not going to work.
jeez.
And it's like, yes, I've been
That's
doing this for 2 years. When, right?
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, just huddle on, man. This is what is it? But it's just the worry about what the money needs to do in the moment. And I'm just like, let it cook. Let it cook.
Don't fall for it. You know what I mean? Like the
Mm.
mass liquidating the bears are doing in order to, the market making that's going on and stuff. Don't be
Oh, the market
deceived.
making, yeah.
Yeah,
market maker knows this, right?
yeah.
Speaking of market making, I don't know if you have looked at that ESX chart of Estate X, but
Mm,
that is some fabulous
it
market
just
making. I'm so jelly. I wish I could do that,
it's a
right? I
work
don't
of
have the
art.
stomach to. But these guys, I mean, right, and they're doing it with so much money as well. And if you know what's going on, and they paint the chart so well, right? And they stomp out a lot of people that don't believe anymore, sell the bottom, and they're just ready to pump it back up again. And it happened now already 3 or 4 times when I see it happen.
Mm,
And listen to this: you cannot swing trade against them good market makers. They
mm.
will get you. They will get you. Right? No matter how good you are. I tried. You can't. Uh, because they paint a chart, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a marketing strategy as well, right? So if you guys don't know about Estate X, go to the website. They have a lot of things that are really bullish. I cannot express how bullish, right? It is a layer one blockchain, sub 150 mil, which is any investor slash trader would see the upside potential here is massive. 10x is nothing here, right? Nothing. 1 billion for a blockchain is kind of the standard in crypto, right? No matter how crap it is, even. But this is like a gem. And go to the website, go check it out, go join an AMA. This one is going to do really well. Also, they make it able for you to invest in real estate with as little as $100. So it can board a lot of normies this way, but have it tokenized. And so you can get your return, right? Your RWA, and you can actually buy goods with that, products with it online, right? So crazy. You can actually have that income and then buy your goods, and that way maybe try and avoid some avoid some other transactions there that you need when you want to apply crypto in the real world, right?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
They've actually
yeah.
updated the site too. There's
Oh, yeah.
properties listed on there. So upcoming property
Yes.
sales, and they're
Yes.
absolutely stunning images of these, like this one in Dubai, the
In
Sky
Dubai.
Villa. Well,
Yeah.
with the two
Yeah.
towers that are connected with the sky bridges, it's
Yeah.
yeah, really fancy looking.
These guys are not fucking around. They're not fucking around, right?
Yeah.
So absolutely not. They know what they're doing. You can invest in these things with as little as $100, get like a 7% return for the rental and a 10% return for the acquired real estate, the bought real estate, and then use that return to buy groceries. Right. That's the thing that you could do there. We're
Hmm.
very bullish on that. And that's just one thing they do. It's just too much. You go ahead and look at their website,
Yeah. I'm
and there's
looking
a
at
lot
that
more to it.
right now. Pay for everyday goods, make your assets liquid enough to
Yep.
spend on everyday goods and services
Yeah.
directly from your property portfolio.
Yes.
And then,
Isn't that bullish?
yeah, we're revolutionizing liquidity with Estate X Pay. So there's a like a credit card. Let's see, convert your investments into fiat like USD. Turn your investment into fiat. Estate X secures a Microsoft grant. We have successfully been
Yes.
accepted into the prestigious Microsoft Startups Founders Hub.
Yep.
I remember they had something alluding to the Microsoft like um, association before. I didn't. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
they've
They did.
updated this a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah,
They did in a space as well where they did an AMA. They mentioned it well. Also,
yeah.
when they pitched to the MMKK, they mentioned that as well. And now they actually got it right. The Microsoft grant is that these guys
Well,
have too many connections, right? This is too big.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Between Tether, Tether alone, largest, basically largest holder of liquidity, stable coin. The liquidity on Tether is like it's insane.
Yeah.
It's a stupid number. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Well, they are the backers, right? So the
Hmm.
founder of Tether, one of the founders of Tether is backing this blockchain as well, and it's kind of needed. But there's a lot more bullish people on that team that they're slowly gonna come out with. So this is just a little bit of lifting of the veil here, right? That we get to see.
Mm.
But let's drop all of that, all of the technology. Just a blockchain at this market cap is something worth looking into. Something worth looking into, right? because this is minimal 10x potential right here. Because if you look at the other blockchains, 1 billion is kind of like it's really like a standard, right? Usually a good floor. And in alt season, these floors are all blown, right, right out of the water. So yes, from an investment trader perspective, I mean, good project here. I just wanted to mention it again because I saw that they updated the stuff, and also the Microsoft grant, et cetera, et cetera. So, but yeah, let's move on from here. You guys, I don't know if you have seen on your timeline about all these dogs are posting about something called Rensa Project. You really want, I'm gonna put it up here in the Jumbotron, and you want to pull it up to Tick
Mm-hmm.
for the live stream. But by the way, welcome everybody on the live stream. Yes, on X and on YouTube. You're welcome so much. I'm not giving you guys the love that you deserve often, but you do. I love you. Love loves you. Yeah, go to at Rensa Project for me, right? And you guys want to follow that account. You want to follow it and you want to engage with every post that comes out of there. That's going to be the alpha. One Rensa, 10 Bitcoin. One Rensa, 10 Bitcoin. One Dogecoin dog, 1 Bitcoin. One Rensa, 10 Bitcoin. Get this? All right, cool. So that's just, you see us posting about white rabbits and whatnot. It's very interesting. Go ahead, go down the rabbit hole, right? And come out a winner. Let's go. I see Lumi is on stage with us. Hey, you guys, if you want to join us on stage, there's absolutely no problem. Go ahead, do so. Request. But I want to say good morning to Lumi. Good morning, Lumi, from a stupid.
Morning.
Good
I'm doing well.
morning.
I'm
How are
good.
you?
I'm good. I'm good.
How's your day?
I
What have you been up to this Monday?
just just doing my cars and pushing, just chilling and doing other stuff. Sure. So that's all. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's good to hear. I see a lot of this stupid on my timeline engaging. I love, I love to see that. Right, I don't know about you, Tick. Have you been on the hustle today? Your timeline? If you spot them?
Um, Let me see. Yeah, I do see. I see stupid popping up all the time. Actually, the stupid coin video that I put up on my TikTok it's one of the better performing um, uploads that I've had. It has like almost 1,000 views. I put it up like a week ago or whatever. So that's always cool to see. But I have yeah, I do. I see them a lot in spaces and stuff, like jumping into the spaces. They're always popping out, showing up, and talking about the project. And yes, on the timeline as well. Just I see them very active. Um, so yeah, very very bullish community. That's for sure. Absolutely. So let's take a look at the stupid chart. Actually, then since we're talking about it, I'm kind of curious how it's doing. So having an issue trying to pull it up right now. Sorry, I don't know what's. Huh, that's so weird.
Yes, Tick. While you do that, I
Uh huh.
need to say a few words in the AMA. So hold on. I'm doing double spaces.
Yes, and let's see if
Sort of.
anyone would like to come up and shill. Yeah, just go ahead and send a request. We will bring you up, and we'd like to see what projects are. What are you buying today? What's the ticker? Let us know. Drop a comment in the click on that purple pill and go ahead and drop a comment. Send me a link. Let us know what's going on today. The stupid coin is pulling back on the 24-hour time frame. It's down 7.5%. If I go into the weekly, we're down 6.5%. On the monthly, it's down 2%. Wow, that's looking like a great buy right now, actually. Yeah, if I pull up the monthly time frame, we can see that it's just been pulling back pretty steadily now for a few weeks. But yeah, I'm holding a little bit of this. I actually got this like very early on, and I've bought and sold this coin a few times. But yeah, now that it's sitting at, let's see, 3.3 mil market cap for the stupid coin, and they do have the URL stupid.com as well. And this community is a large growing community that's showing up in spaces talking about the project and the whole story about how the coin came about. It was launched originally by Fred Krueger, a Bitcoin maxi who basically abandoned the project, and the CTO came over, community takeover, came in, took over the project, and now it is doing its thing. Let me see. So all-time high, I think was, I can't remember off the top of my head. Actually, I'm not going to throw out the wrong number because I do remember roughly what it was. It's right here. So was it 26 mil? Yeah, I believe. So yeah, 26 mil. So that's a 10x from where it's currently at almost. So yeah, this one has a lot of potential. And then the other thing, the liquidity at 707K, the fully diluted volume. Yeah, it's a very bullish looking project in my opinion. So yeah, check it out if you are curious about stupid.com. If you're seeing the yellow and the vibrant color PFPs popping up into spaces and you were wondering what that is the lowdown on it. And so let me see. I was just looking at the recent videos that we have on their timeline. That's pretty cool. And speaking of videos, I've been putting some stuff together lately. The Google Opal applications. So some really cool video generators, crypto blog generators. I have a one-click crypto blog that actually you just go ahead and enter in the ticker of any project that you're curious about, and it actually goes ahead and does a deep research pool on the last 24 hours of information, news highlights, and anything information about the ticker that you plug in there. So for instance, I'm going to put in stupid, plug in this ticker right here, and then what the model does is it goes through, does deep research on the last 24 hours of news. Let me see if I actually make this a little bit smaller. And you look at my window, you can actually see that, yeah, it's researching news highlights, all that stuff. And then what this one does is it actually takes that information, breaks it down into sections so that it's articulated like a blog post, and then it creates images that correspond to each section as well. So this is an app that I created using Opal. That's the one-click blog post generator. I have a couple of other ones that I did as well. One of them is a meme coin video generator, essentially. So you can upload a picture or give it a prompt to describe the scene, and essentially it generates like a crypto-centric video for you. I got another one that does a daily podcast generator. So it's basically the same sort of thing as this one that I'm using right here, except with one click, it does an audio overview of the last 24 hours of news updates for whichever crypto token ticker that you plug in there. So this is a great way to automate workflow and stuff like that. You can, with the blog post generator, for instance, you can create relevant, blogs for yourself in order to optimize your work, make it so that you can create blog posts faster or be able to research information, relevant information quicker. So there's just so many things that you can do with this model or with this application. What it does is it uses Gemini to take user input you build workflow charts with user input, feeding it into AI models, which then you can have basically talk to each other. So you can route the information, the data through the different models, and then provide prompts to tell each module what to do with that information. And so that's like how, for instance, the blog post generator takes the ticker that the person provides the model. It does the deep research on that ticker, and then basically like verifies that that information is accurate, organizes that information into the blog, and then generates images that go along with the information. So it's just lately I've been using it just to help me generate images mostly, because it'll do like a batch of like 5 images at a time on most cases, and then I'll just have some extra images that I can use for different posts or animations that I'm doing, different things like that. So really helps optimize content generation, things like that. It cuts back the time it takes to do things, like cuts things that may have taken hours before down into just a couple minutes.
That's awesome. That's such valuable information, you guys, for doing that. I was visiting Dojo Dog Space from Neuro. You guys look up Neuro if you want to be better at prompting, right? Because it's sometimes not the AI, it's you. And if you want to be better at prompting, go follow her, go to her spaces, and
Mm.
she does it in a way that's extremely enjoyable. I mean, extremely. Some good vibes, some music. She'll give you a prompt, and then you got to expand on it, right? And it kind of intuitively teaches you how to prompt better, how to catch these moods, right? And have the AI actually do what's in your head. I cannot tell you how bullish all of that was.
Wow, that's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, take follow Neuro. Let me put up her portfolio,
Now that
her
you
profile.
mention it, there's actually I got an email the other day from Google. I just signed up for this. They're doing a webinar. It's a free webinar on Wednesday morning.
Hmm.
It's at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday. So it's in one day and I think 15 hours from now. There's actually a countdown on the website. It's free to sign up. Um, and basically it's how to get started with let me see, generative media, AI powered creative. It's generative AI for content creation, doing create and edit images, high definition video, audio models, Gemini for multimodal analysis. So this is actually with Google, with the Google Cloud team. They're doing like an online webinar that you can register for free. So I did post the link on my page if you're curious. I signed up for it because I love stuff like this, and the fact that it's free, it's like that's a awesome opportunity to actually sit down with the Google team and hear it from the source. But her username, the user, you said it's Neuro,
Yeah, Neuro.
Neuro.
I'm just gonna put up a post of hers in Jumbotron here.
Yeah, my Jumbo never works. I can't like see when
Oh,
people post links. You can see on my. Let me see if I click over.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
yours worked. Okay, never mind.
All right,
Half the
cool,
time they
cool.
don't work. Let
Yeah,
me see. So every
yeah.
bow.
Follow her. No, she's really good with this. She's also a ghostwriter. She articulates very, very well. Upgrade yourself. Go to Neurospace. Even I upgraded myself. It was very enjoyable and a very, very relaxing way. She just plays the music, gives you time to do the prompt and everything, and it's crazy. And then you expand on it, and you learn so much how to tweak it. And she gives you like advice too if it doesn't do something. It's great. I mean, great, right? It's like she takes you by the hand, and it's enjoyable. You don't feel like you're learning; you're just having a good time. Yes,
Ah,
very
cool.
bullish. Yeah, yeah. She doesn't know that I'm shilling. Look, I'm shilling lots of people all the time because if I find something on your profile that you do or you bring some value, I'm going to mention you, right? I'm going to put the spotlight on you. Lots of people give me flowers all the time for my TA and stuff, and I'm just giving back. If I see something good, if I'm bullish on you or on something, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to post about it. You're going to see it and notice it. And that's what you guys got to do too. I see we got a lot of the stupid, I don't want to call you stupid people. Uh, yes, here we
You
are.
too much.
But I
Uh,
love to see you guys. You guys bring such a vibe on the timeline. Keep doing that, right? Because that's your strength, and you need to be max engaging. And I know for some people this sounds like a grind. I kind of do it automatically, make friends this way, right? You're gonna be under somebody, and so how to do that, right? So the here is the thing. I got somebody in the DMs is like, why are you posting who's active? What is this all about? And it's like, all right, it's kind of the when we post a who's active, you see who's active in the moment, ready to engage. So if you're posting under one of these, it's more likely you're going to get followers, especially if you say, like, look, I'm active and ready to engage, right? People are going to follow you because everybody's looking for that engagement, right? And so that's how you do it. That's why you post it. And then you respond, you go hit them up, and you go and like everything there is to like. Okay, so this is what you may think now. This is a one way relationship, but really it's not, because you have to be prepared with some original posting of your own so people can actually engage with it. When I engage with other people, I miss that. I miss the posts on your timeline that are genuine and that are your own posts. No retweets, right? No, you can do a retweet, but I want to see at least 4 or 5 of your own posts on the day that I can engage with. If you are not posting 4 or 5 posts a day of your own, so own uploaded stuff, your own thoughts, right? Could be a question, whatever, but something in your surroundings. You take a picture of something you're gonna eat. I don't know, right? Some crypto you want to talk about, that kind of stuff. I want to see that because I want to interact with that, right? And that's bullish. You got to do it. If I don't see it, I'm gonna skip your profile and move on, right? If I see a bunch of retweets, first of all, these views are not going to count towards your views. So forget about getting monetized. The person that you retweet is going to get the engagement. So if you are going to retweet, at least make sure you're posting 4 or 5 of your own content every day. That is alpha. It's so important, right? Yes, everybody write that down.
Mm.
4 or 5 posts, and they got to have like an hour in between for the algorithm to really catch up. Also, if you want your post to be really standing out and get lots of engagement, then go engage with 20 or 30 people on your timeline and then post your post. Yeah? So immediately the people that you just engaged with are going to see your post. This is how the algorithm works. That's how we connect here on X. I cannot stress that enough. So go ahead, original posting, right? And also be original in the content you put out there that is not. So when you are replying to somebody, this is your content as well. If you go to your premium and your analysis account, right, where you see your bars and how much you replied and that kind of stuff, and you go click on content, it also shows you your answers, not just your posts, but also your answers, your replies. That's content as well. So make sure these are valuable as well, as much as you can, and as much as the post that you reply to allows you to, right? And I mean with this is if somebody tells you tea or coffee and you cannot do something original underneath there, right? And it's like, well, it's asking tea or coffee, so it's going to be either answer. And you're going to get short answers. And when you are monetized, these short answers are actually no good. They're very low quality, right? So you got to put something out there that people can actually respond to, right? In more than one word. Like, would you go on vacation here? Where do you like to go? That would be a better question, right? If you
Mm.
want to do it a question wise, right? Yes, I see. Foodie in here. Good morning, Foodie. You have your hand up. Let's go.
Yo, yo. Good to hear from you guys again.
Yo, how's it going? Welcome back.
Chilling, man, chilling. Enjoying this nice, I want to say like the pre warm up for, the market. I think the market's about to start kicking in for meme coins, all that.
It
So just
seems
chilling.
like it. It feels like it. Yeah, it feels like it. We're on like the precipice of things blowing up. Because yeah, when I was looking at the charts today, the way everything is like pulling back up, it's pretty bullish. Pretty bullish indicator.
Yep, yep.
Anything that you're looking at on Solana other than stupid coin right now, or anything that's like caught your eye? Anything on the radar? I was kind of just like looking over what's going on right now to see if anything looks
Yeah.
different than out of the normal. But everything, it's kind of, we're still living in Groundhog Day. It looks like when it comes to Solana, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're seeing Gorbagana at the top of the list still, it's just like, so I don't know why that annoys the hell out of me. I hate that coin. The fact that that even exists. It's almost like a sign that, like, well, Wilder and I were talking about people giving up earlier, and yeah, like you feel like the trenches are almost giving up, or at least that's the way I feel when I look at it.
Yes, also the volume on Pump Fund has been
Ooh.
drastically reduced, right? The
Mm-hmm.
amounts of tokens that are being launched on there is really dying down.
Yeah, they've gone to
And
bonk,
so, yeah, yeah.
bonk fun now
Mm-hmm.
mostly, and yeah, it's crazy. That change is, I don't even know how much it's down, but Pump Fun, if you were to like look at the percentage of volume that's like left, it's pretty significant. It's like, I don't want to throw out the wrong number, but I've heard it thrown around, and it's like extremely high. I'm gonna actually ask ChatGPT how much. But anyway, yeah, it's significant. So
It's because you know, because these new launch pads that are coming out. I'm assuming,
yeah,
uh, which is a good thing, especially for for stupid, because something like that could be in the near future with stupid.com. But yeah, no, I'm not really looking at anything. I mean,
oh
I'm
yeah,
pretty
you're
active.
full. Yeah, I forgot that you are like a stupid maxi. That just dawned on me as I
Yeah,
asked. Cool. Yeah, more like asking if anything you've like seen, heard of,
yeah,
just out of
yeah,
curiosity as well. And you don't hold any Sui then. You're just strictly Solana stupid maxi.
yeah. That's it. Just stupid.
Yo.
Um, but I do hop in like a lot of spaces, so I do hear like the word around. Like I was in this space and I heard about this Sydney coin.
Oh really?
Uh,
That's funny.
and I was looking at it, but yeah, I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
I think it might have crashed, but
If you really want the alpha on Sydney, then you should look for who bought a Dojo dog.
No, what?
what it,
That's all I'm gonna say.
oh,
Look at my Good Morning post, and not for nothing that we, cooking, it's cooking.
let's see.
Oh, there's hold on, I have that aiming going on the background just to reduce that noise.
And then I heard about
Hmm.
Fartless this morning, or I think last night.
Fartless, yeah. Last night I heard about
Fartless.
Fartless as
That's
well, sitting
funny.
on 8.7 mil, but
Wow.
already looks cooked, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
These are
anything over.
just
Yeah.
these
Sorry.
are just the senders of the day, and it's not time for senders of the day. It's time to double down on the projects that you love, like DCA, right? And make noise, and the magic will happen there. It's for the believers, right? It's for the people who bought the floor. Those are going to make the most access here, not for the ones who's going to chase that volume. The volume will come to you. All you need to do is wait for it. But it's like people are just not happy about the waiting, and but time is just a perception, you guys. If you're out there on your time, like you guys are having fun, who cares what happens to the chart on the day? You're having fun, right? You're having a good time. Your day is in that way successful, right? You're not sitting there depressed looking at the chart, or looking at your wallet, how it's down or slightly up, or right, who cares? Your
Hmm.
ponies are picked, you are locked in, and you would need to remain locked in and just try and have fun. In the meanwhile, try building other things, build connections on X, right? Try to maybe get monetized, you guys. It's not that hard. You can do it in a week. It's really easy. um, there's a
Yeah,
lot about it. There's people selling ads and stuff for it. You don't even need to. I mean, for real, this is too easy. It's too easy. Just
no,
saying.
yeah, I agree about the focusing on the conviction plays and all that. Something that people take for granted is sleep. I remember before I was involved with stupid, and even a little after I was involved in stupid, I still had like a little bit of meme coins I was trading, like in the first month or two, um, and I was like ruining my sleep because I was trading these coins, and it's like I couldn't sleep on my bag because I had no clue like who, like what they were doing, who it was, and what the roadmap was. So I was just staring at the chart. But when you find a conviction play and you just commit to it, you get to sleep on your bags, and that's like that's a trader's dream, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the truth right there for sure. I hear you. Yeah, I pretty like all my holdings are pretty much things that nothing that I'm like tripping on where I have to wake up at 4 a.m. to check my wallet to see if I got rugged or whatever.
Oh,
Um,
it's too easy, you guys. It's you make a big deal out of this hodling situation. I mean, like the DCA hodl is the way. We all know this. It's just that people cannot do it for some reason. I don't know. Even if you would have top blasted Bitcoin, you'd still be up more than 50% here. It took 4 years, but so that's just an example. Now you cannot hodl everything. Clearly, if you go on Pump Fund and look for new pairs, don't hodl that shit. Man, don't hodl that shit. Go for something
oh
legit,
yeah, the pump
right?
fund
And right,
coins. Yeah.
yes, because people always say like, yeah, you say like you hodl, but you can't really meme coins. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yes, well, it's very obvious, not those, right? It's very obvious about what they are.
Mm-hmm.
You're not investing in any. There's no investing there. There's no hodling there, right? It's just like who can dunk on who as fast as they can, right? And then try to get out. And that's a stressful game that you are you're up against odds, and they're against you. So don't even go there. It's so unrelaxing, right? It costs you just sleep. You don't work out anymore. You're just stuck with your Red Bull to a screen trying to flip bags. I mean, it's the worst way to make money in crypto, and it's not even the most successful way to make. So why would you go there, right? The odds are so against you playing that game. I know that last year Murad posted like, "Hey, $100, flip it to two, flip it to 400, flip it to 800, and so on until you have 100K." Well, I can tell you, at about two successful flips, the third one is going to rock your ass, and you're going to start over again and need to grab $100 out of your ass somewhere and try and do it all again, right? I mean, this is just it's such a strategy that's setting you up for failure and for unhealthy behavior in your life. Don't do that, right? Pick your ponies, double down, and that's all. And then you need to have fun, right? And go to sleep.
What
Yes.
about Tars AI? That's good price right now at 6.5 cents. Would you
Well,
say?
I need to be very, very honest. I took all the narratives out of my portfolio. So I took the AI narrative out. I only have one game narrative that I'm holding
The
because I
Nakamoto?
needed Nakamoto games. I'm still, yes, very bullish on Nakamoto. But that's the only narrative that I hold in my portfolio at the moment because I needed to condense a lot because I held so much. So I needed to condense. I rather go for some dark horses. I rather double down on Estate X. I read, where it's a guaranteed 10x for me there.
Yeah.
And so, I double down on some things that I really enjoy. I really like. I see the potential. Some of them are long holds. Some of them I hold for like 3 years. DCA. The bags there are already up, right? That these bags already 30x in 24. So it's time in the market versus timing the market. And like I said, yes, a lot of people, even in real life, in my surroundings, are like, yeah, oh, I give up and rock their whole portfolio. And I was just like,
Jeez.
well, it's just, it's CZ kind of from Binance kind of said it right. If you can't hold, you can't be rich.
Mm.
The people that I know in the crypto space that actually enjoying financial freedom, very in a very relaxed manner, everything paid off, building wealth for their children, their children's children, are the people who were in the space for 4 or 5 years. Now, I'm going to ask you, where in real life can you achieve something like that in 4 or 5 years? Tell me, and I'll do it with just not working, just DCA. Research, DCA, occasionally research again, mind your portfolio a little bit every month or every 2 months, and that's all it takes. Where can I do that in the real world? No, you can't. What is 4 or 5 years? That's hella fast to retire.
Hey, Wild, when you say research,
Yeah.
what is your your process of that? Like, for example,
Hmm.
let's use fart list, right?
Hmm.
It's like these people ape into fart list simply because it was created by the Fartcoin devs supposedly.
Huh.
But for someone like you, what is your process of research?
These tokens that come on the radar, these daily senders and stuff, I ignore those completely because most of the time it's the same people behind it that always rock you. These big, this is that's been the game for the last 3 years when it comes to meme coins, right? And then, so research for me is double sided. It's like, okay, what is true? How does this bull run work? Right? So Bitcoin's in a bull run, then we get alt season. All right, what does alt season look like? First Ethereum, then your layer ones, layer twos, narrative plays, and utility. Okay, so we clearly can distinguish first movers. The biggest first mover is Bitcoin, right? The second mover is ETH. And then when you could see now, if ETH goes to 5K, all your layer ones will pull up immediately. Now, that's not to say that some blue chip memes will not pull up in that story, but it's very, very clear and evident that the first movers are always the blockchains, the layer ones, right? All right, so I need to hold some layer ones. That is what it tells me. Maybe some layer twos, right? Maybe I should be looking on projects on base to look for some utility there. Then it's going to be your narrative. That's AI and gaming this time around, right? Last time it was very much DeFi, and then the memes. But then the memes were not the memes that they are today, right? It's very different. And so you're going to go and look for your utility, which is usually on the most bullish blockchains. So you grab some of those, and then you just, when you grab them, you're going to do some research to those. So for me, it's like I'm very clearly looking at what the outflow of Ethereum is, what's the top 10 there, and I'll position myself there. This is the most practical and easy way, right? Because it kind of gives you where people are bullish based on the Ethereum outflow, and you can check that on DeFi Llama if you want to. It has all these numbers that you could check for yourself. Maybe I'm hunting down, and especially do that in the bear market, to look for some other big blockchains that are going to launch because there's always new technology coming out. There's always appropriate technology that caters to a certain sector, and that's going to be bullish, right? And I want to get in those early. Like I was in SUI at around 60, 70 cents, right? CE very, very early as well. I've actually been in their test nets, and I knew these were faster blockchains, more applicable blockchains, so more risky too, because they're young. So, you divide your money up in there. And then along the way, I added some meme coins that I'm bullish on or that I see community behind, right? But they are only maybe max 5% of my portfolio. The rest are first movers, because this is how the market's going to move. The first movers make you money, and then with that money, when you 10x that portfolio and you're sitting on 100K, then you can ape a little harder into some other stuff. So it's going to be that trickle down, and that's why maybe the people holding memes may have to wait a little bit longer in this game, unless you make enough noise to draw that volume to you, right? And that's why people always say, like, hey, show me what's the best community, because they know this noise is going to matter. But then we must not forget that meme tokens, I'm not bearish on meme tokens at all. I enjoy meme tokens. Everybody thinks I'm a total degen when I'm talking to Bitcoin people and stuff. They're like, oh my God, you're just getting yourself wrecked. And I'm like, hey, I love getting myself wrecked, right? Um, but we must not deny that meme tokens only hold 3% of the whole market of crypto. And it might seem to you on the timeline that it's all there is, because we see fartless, we see this, we see as token, whatever, right? Whatever is the new shiny thing. And it's
Hmm.
loud. And meme coins need to be loud because they have nothing else to them, mostly, right? These, and I'm not talking about your token that might have some utility and some flow around it, and some lore. These are just shit tokens, straight up. They know nothing, so they need to be loud. So they're gonna be loud. So that's why we have KOLs, right? Because they are the put it on blast. And so it might seem to a lot of people that meme coins are a really big part of the market, but no, it's only, I always said 3.8%, but I factored myself, it's not even 3% of the market. So even with pump fund, even with all of that, and that's not to say that it's not going to pump. It is, right? Very much, yes. So people are asking me all the time, so if you don't want to buy utility, what are you looking for? If I want to do a meme portfolio, well, we can make an argument for a meme portfolio, guys. You take some blue chip memes, some first mover memes. We identify those, right? So you're looking at the outflow of the ecosystem. So I'm going to base. I'm going to see what's on base. Okay, bread on base, right? Looks good. Pepe on ETH. See outflow moving up with Bitcoin as well. First mover identified. So maybe I should hold these two and then maybe add three or four that are a little bit more low cap, more upside potential. Something like that. But at least then you get to risk manage your portfolio a little bit, right? Within the time that they're going to move. So you have some first movers in there. So you're going to make some money straight up, straight. Or else you're going to sit there with a portfolio that is waiting to get pumped. And here's the danger of that. If you see everything is sending hardcore, because in an all season things are sending quickly and by a lot, you're going to see some ugly God candling going on and you don't know what's going to happen, right? You never seen this before. I can promise you that, right? And this time around, I think it's going to be even exaggerated because of the trillions we have more in the market than last time. So I don't even know what to expect here, right? And so if you hold a portfolio that might pump a little bit later in that process, you might just be tempted to sell all these positions to chase the volume around you. And this is very dangerous. Do not do that because you're not actually taking good positions. Very good FOMO out. And so having you get to enjoy the first pumps and the rest that's not pumping, you're not worried about because the whole portfolio is up simply because you had two first movers in there. See, that's why it really helps. I didn't want to go that like deep on it, but that's basically where I come from. If you feel my vibe.
Oh yeah, thank you. I was listening to every word. When you say first mover, what exactly does that mean? I've heard it before.
First mover advantage. So this is the way the market works. So the first mover is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's in bull run very clearly. The rest is absolutely not in a bull run. Right? Means the rest is still undervalued. They're waiting. If we look at the market dominance over 60%, and as long as Bitcoin dominance stays over 60%, which means that 60% of the money in the market is in Bitcoin. That's why we call it a dominance. So that puts pressure on the rest, right? Is they're not eating, Bitcoin's eating. And so when it drops below 60, that's where we get to see some alts moving, or every time it drops a little bit, we see ETH pulling up, right? And so ETH is the second mover, right? And we really clearly see playing out that ETH in May especially started cooking. That's very important one to watch to determine alt seasons. Actually, better than watching the dominance of Bitcoin is watching the dominance of Ethereum, because Ethereum is kind of gatekeeper for the rest of your alts. In essence, right? Especially for the utility tokens, and Bitcoin outflow is tells you a little bit more about the layer ones, right? So a lot of people take profits of Bitcoin and then go buy layer ones. They're going to buy first and foremost Ethereum and then layer ones. Now we can all distinguish those: Solana, Sui, XRP, you name them, TRX, AVAX, all these, right? And these are first movers because these are actually the blockchains that most of your projects are built on, and they're going to move first, right? And so in that ecosystem of that blockchain, let's say we take for example Solana, right? You can then pick some. You hold Solana. You wait for Solana to do its. I think Solana is going to do 3 to 4x. So you wait for your money 3 or 4x. So let's say you have 10 G's. It's now 40 G's. Then you take your takes 30 G's. So you take your initial out, and 30 G's you're gonna go into the ecosystem of Solana, and you're gonna buy some tokens there. You might want to look at Jupiter, right? And how do we distinguish then the movers in the ecosystem? You look at the outflow from the ecosystem. So when I look at the outflow of Solana, you go to DeFi Llama, you check that, you see that it's number one Fartcoin, number two is the monkey something, I don't know. The first utility, and this is the only chain, by the way. Solana is the only chain where the first two, the top two, are meme tokens. The rest, every top 10 is just utility all the way, right? And so Jupiter shows up at number three. And then in that top 10 is also Pengu, or how you want to call it, yeah, Pengu, 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 and that kind of stuff. So you really want to pay attention if you want to play in that ecosystem. You know that the favorites on Solana are these, and so when you have that profit, you're going to ride these ponies, right? And then anything that comes after. So you can distinguish clearly first movers, second movers, and meme coins are usually, and like I said, there's overlap because blue chip meme coins will pull up with the blockchains with the first movers, right? And so that's why I said you can make an argument for a total only meme coin portfolio in when you look at it like this. But then you got to do a little bit more research on what tokens are pulling up with Bitcoin and which meme tokens are getting outflow from Ethereum and Bitcoin because these are then the first movers as well. Yeah. And Pepe is kind of one like that, but it's not in the top 10 or top 20 even. Yeah. So then you got to realize that your meme tokens might take a little bit longer in the pump because people are going to make crazy money. They're going to do these first movers, right? Made 40 G's on Solana. I'm going to do 10 G's in Fartcoin, uh, pull that up to 50 or 60 G's. And then I feel like I have a ton of money and I'm just going to play every freaking ticker that makes noise. And then at the end, people are going to buy a rock NFT worth $200,000. And that's kind of like a top signal right there, right? And then people will be talking about Bitcoin and how it's still bullish while it's already a flip bear. And we go to that kind of stuff. It takes half a year for people then to realize that nope, bear cycle is here again. And then we're going to do it all over again. Yeah. That's basically how it goes down. So that happened in the history, and history does not repeat itself completely. Different coins with a different era here, right? We're very much in 25, so we have this AI now. We have different narratives we play now. We have different blockchains that are bigger and better. And so you cannot hodl everything for 4 or 5 years, right? That is very evident. Sometimes you got to look into your portfolio and be like, hey, am I holding some stuff that is still bullish? Or is this thing still working? Are they still staying relevant here? Is it active? That's what we kind of describe it as, and then make a decision, right? But yeah, research for me looks. I'm looking at numbers. I don't look at what I think is bullish, because what I feel is bullish might not be right. I need to look for evidence of this in not just the vibe, but I'm looking for numbers as well because you could be very much. I'm not bullish on Arbitrum, but it is in the top five of outflow of ETH. So the numbers tells me that I should be, I should be bullish on ARP and what's on there, right? So you gotta sometimes vibe with the numbers. Sometimes it's very clear, like last year, consistent outflow for 49% went to number one SUI. You can kind of see that reflected in the transactions. And so, yeah, well told me, gotta hold some SUI. And that held up in 25 as well as the number one outflow from Ethereum. Number two was base. Number three and four was there Solana and Arbitrum fighting there for the number four and five, right? And so this is not about volume. The volume can be very different. So the volume of Solana is more than on Arbitrum and on Sui, but it's the outflow, right? So the outflow measure. And also you can look at speeds and stuff as well if you really want to go dig down, right? Last bull run, a lot of people were saying like, look, if you just throw a dart, 5 darts in the top 100, throw a dart, put it in your portfolio, DCA, and go, right? But I don't think that's really true anymore. We really need to hold things up, and you can tweak your portfolio to be more harder in profit, faster in profit than a different portfolio. Let's say, right? Yeah. I don't want to get a lecture here. I kind of feel like I'm lecturing. You guys. But that's a good portfolio will make you feel so much better, right? You be, I mean, you be so much more relaxed. You don't need to feel like the grind is upon you, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So relax. If Because if you build some faith in these things, you read about these things. Occasionally, go in Discord, ask a question, or see what's the news. Go to the website for an update or something. Like once a month, you go through all of that, and you'll be like, hell yeah, bullish, right? You do your DCA, and you feel good about it, and all it takes is really time, right? Time.
Mm,
And lots of people have given up right before it happens. This is the shame, and it really is like a thing in life, almost, right?
yeah.
It happens there as well. Yeah. So with that said, let's. Yeah. Well, I hope I helped you at least a little fully.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. These are things that I feel in my gut, but I've never had it fully explained because my background is I'm an artist and graphic design and whatnot.
Hmm.
So I came into the stupid project uh, kind of on accident, trading meme coins and not being knowledgeable at all on crypto.
Yeah.
But I stood because I saw a potential for a very strong brand.
Yes.
So that's the role I've been playing for the project.
Absolutely. Well, bullish on you for recognizing the opportunity. I don't even care if your bags are down 90% in anything. You are exposed to crypto. And so I just want you to relax into the feeling that when you are exposed to crypto, you're front running 97% of the rest of the world population. Just realize this.
Right. Oh yeah, and I have like long term goals, with crypto, and yeah, I'm a stupid maxi right now. But that's just I gotta be an example, to the rest of the community. Um, and but I'm not like faking it either. Like I truly believe in stupid coin, like everything about it. But with my profits in the future, I definitely want to invest in a mentor and
Yeah.
really really dive deep into it.
Really dive deep into it. Also, being a maxi being a delusional bull sometimes to your benefit because you can hodl longer and harder, and that will do the axis. However, I think a diverse portfolio it always makes sense. And if I would run a project, I would actually tell my community like, hey, you guys get some of this, because I want you to be happy hodlers, right? I don't want you to feel like you need to rotate out of the position of my project to buy something else to flip, right? Because you got this in my project, right? And there's going to be days that it's down, and there's going to be days that it's up, but sometimes the days down are longer and harder, right? The pumps happen very quickly, and then the floor is there again for days, right? So people lose faith that way, and then they're going to rotate out all of their position, and so it's very bullish to hold something more, have some first movers can actually give you some initial pumping of that money then that you can then double down in your favorite projects, right? So it's actually bullish to diversify and have the community just a little, so they buffer themselves and they feel like they're holding happy bags, right? And not like, hey, when is this doing the excess that I thought it would. uh, because that poisons the community. I've seen that so many times when people is like, well, at one point they're in the TG going, Def, do something, that kind of crap, right? When pumps, and not in a funny way, but actually in a soft, funny way, right? And it's because they're stressed out about price going down, and not going parabolic up, the time frame that they had in their hands and in their heads, and everybody has this time frame like, I'm gonna put in 1,000, and then by the end of the month I'm gonna buy a Lambo, right? And this is just not how these things work. So yeah, it's that it poisons the community, right? So you gotta hold happy bags, and that's why you also DCA, because if you do DCA, you always hold a freaking happy bag, right? Your bag is either square or up. So don't ape all you got in one go, right? Just do it gently. And so you average yourself, you position yourself, right? And we can still have a little bit of time for that because it's not October yet. I'm putting it on October. We're gonna see pumps in August. I think slightly red on September. Everybody's gonna cry there again, bloody tears. shitting their pants and then re-ripping October, something there, something like that. But remember, I don't care how much you lost. I don't care if your bags are down. I don't care if they're down freaking 99.9%. You are exposed to crypto. You can repeat this process. You can learn, right? And you are front running 97% of the world population. Just get this in your head and remain bullish on yourself and the opportunity that crypto brings to you. Please, begging you. Real. Not just buying crypto, but this is the whole economy ready to boom. This is boom town. This is the gold rush, and everybody wants to get the mine and the gold. I get it. I'm the same, right? I'm just gonna go for the nuggets. But you can also sell shuffles, right? You can open a saloon, build a railroad station, that kind of crap, right? Just to give a metaphor of what you can do. You don't actually need to buy the crypto to make money off of crypto or to have a career in crypto, right? There's developers. If you go to these blockchains website, they're always asking for developers. I mean, look, such a shortage. Go, especially the new ones that build with their own coding, like Sui and Solana, dealing with Rust language, Rust coding. Sui with Sui Move. Everything Ethereum and EVM compatible is Solidity, right? So there are a lot of devs already for Solidity, but not for Rust and not for Sui Move. Go and learn to code. It's not freaking hard at all. I learned how to do it in half a year, right? And just because I thought, hey, let me look into see how hard this actually is, and it turns out you don't need to be Einstein, and it's not rocket science, right? So it's really, really relatively easy if you're curious and you want to learn, right? So there's money to be made, there's bread to be baked here. Also, maybe differently than you might think. Maybe you want to rock a referral link for a trading bot or something like that, or for an exchange, right? And make money. People make money with that as well, you guys. So there's so much opportunity in this space. And maybe you have a hobby, you create something, make it for a community, put it in a freaking Etsy, make bread, right? There's opportunity around you. You just gotta open the gates of the mind, right? And start the grind, start the hustle, make money on X, get monetized on X. That's
I
so
love
easy
that
to do.
example you gave. Um, that you don't have to go and look for the goal. You could open up a saloon. That's yeah, that was a great metaphor.
Yeah, sell the shuffles. Shuffles are needed to mine the coal. Sell the pans, right? So go into that stuff. There's a whole economy around crypto. There's like I always give the example. I was talking to a girl and I was like awesome. I was applauding all of them. And I think she was a single mommy too of like three kids. Right? A sad story, right? And she was making tea. She sold tea on the farmers market, and she was like, "Yes, it's much of a hassle and not so much income." And I'm like, make Bitcoin tea, make XRP tea, change the labels, sell it on Etsy. She did. She made a killing. She's now actually selling like crypto Christmas ornaments. I bought some. I bought some Bitcoin ornaments for my tree. Right, making a killing. Doesn't own it. Well, she owns Bitcoin right now because she kind of got with it. But, right? I mean, something she did already, just kryptonized it, Bitcoinized it, right? Went for big communities. Tokens have big communities like XRP, people of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Maxis. Everybody was buying tea. She had like bullish tea just for some Degen tea, right? Also Yeet tea with a laxative. I mean, hella fun, right? You can give that as gifts too. Isn't that fun? Isn't that a great idea? She made a killing. Just do
Yeah,
that.
that's dope. You're right. Yeah, and honestly, I understand and I feel that being in this space, in the crypto space, I've never felt like this strong about or this bullish like financially about like an ecosystem. I mean, there's only one more other one that I've worked with, and it's fiat. But it's yeah, it's just there's so much opportunity, and it's because, like you said, there's only people chasing god candles and trying to buy the crypto in this space. Not only, but it's like a heavy percentage of people that are just looking for the gold. But there's not like there's a lot of things that are untapped right now. And for me, I'm like I low key water at the mouth, and I think of all these ideas, and I want to help other brands, but it's like my mind, my like brand building mind wants to just like do so much. Um and I and I'm going to. I'm just also, I'm kind of like practicing with the stupid brand. Um and it's been good actually, and it's just crazy to see how bullish people, how supportive people are. So yeah, the space is amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So think outside the box. If you're, I really understand. If you need to make ends meet in the month, it's very hard to free up some budget to put into crypto and you might feel like I cannot even buy enough to get ugly rich and that kind of mindset, right? It can really demotivate you in this way, and it can actually uh, have you do more of this crazy aping by trying to flip something for 10x and just hope for the best there. But as a psychologist and hypnotherapist myself, I really want you to calm down, calm the fuck down. Just relax in the fact that when you have this behavior, when you have less money, you're going to put it on a pedestal. But money is nothing but numbers, you guys. You got to relax. The money is already there. The crypto is already there. The opportunity is already there. And you're going to close yourself off from that as soon as you get anxious around money. And that money that you're aping into shit, trying to make it work, cost you precious time of your life. The only thing in life that is finite here. Yeah, it costs you how many hours to make that money you're just tossing into the next rug, trying to hope for the best. How worthy is that to yourself? How are you treating yourself? Like garbage, yeah? You just spent
I feel
you
it.
you
There's
feel
like
it.
even jobs outside of crypto that I'm not gonna say exactly what I used to do, but I used to sell things, and
Yeah, 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 man. I
and it
feel
was
you.
never it was never like a good feeling. Like it was in the beginning because it felt cool.
Yeah.
But it just, it's not honest like money, and that's the same thing with these like shitter coins. It's like even if you do make a bag, it's just like I don't know. It doesn't hit the same when you are like really when you really have that conviction, and then it plays out.
Oh, it's even worse, man. It's even worse. If you did a job that you disliked, if you did a job that went against what you believe in, went against your core values, right? Really degraded you in one way, right? And then even start to put that in rug pools, that's even worse. Because you just spent precious time of your life to not just do a job, but do a job that is actually messing with your sense of belief. And then you're gonna toss it into a rug pool. What are you doing, right? Doesn't that demand even more respect, right? You took a knee for that money. So you better respect that money. You gotta now be a good steward of that money, even more so, right? Even more so. I don't feed the sharks out there with your blood, right? Don't do that. It's precious. And you were born, and you are in this space, so you're alive and breathing. So you always have potential that you sit on. But the more anxious you get, the less you will see that potential, believe in that potential, and the less you will spot opportunity around you. You're not going to have good ideas because you're anxious about your money, about the next bills. And I really feel that because at more points in my life, I was at the point like, yeah, how am I going to do this, right? But you got to remain calm and be like, all right, cool, I got this. It will work out one way or another. I'm going to relax in this and still go out, right? Still mingle, still network, ask around, right? And you're not going to do all that when you're anxious and slightly depressed about it, right? You're not gonna be fun to be around, and people are not gonna pitch things to you, right? Because you're vibing the wrong way in this way. So just get that if you're alive and here, right, you already beaten odds that are crazy. You beaten your life. You're beating odds every day that you wake up and breathe. So how can you not believe that there's opportunity for you, right? It's unbelievable. You gotta really open your mind. You just take a step back, right, and look at the bigger picture here. And what do you need to do for your money, and how are you treating then your money? That says something about how you treat yourself. What are you doing, right? You are here to come to create, not to sit around and feel bad about yourself. It's not gonna work, right? It's not gonna work, you guys. I know we
Yes,
all
yes.
tried, right?
Yes. Well, I
Let's
do
move
gotta
on.
wrap. I do gotta wrap it up though. I'm sorry. Yeah, because
Yes,
we
me
did
too.
start it a little bit later today. I
Yeah,
do
same
gotta.
here. Yeah, same here. Because well, the MA just finished, but I gotta head into another space.
Oh, geez.
Yes, yes. Well, I kind of want to max engage with the Rensa project, you guys. That's like amazing alpha right there. Rensa just sold the other day for 300 ETH, 300 Ethereum.
Wow.
Yeah, not $300, 300 Ethereum. So this conceptual art is going to be a banger. This bull run as well. There's it's the Fidenza, right? And now there's the Rensa project coming out, and it has some designers on it that are overlapping. I cannot say too much. I also don't know too much. I got to be honest. Follow at Rensa project. Follow that. Max engage. Max engage. Max engage. This is all I can tell you, right? When they're talking about a white rabbit, it's max engage, right? um, Drop your wallet, drop your ETH wallet, keep dropping. Right? You got to do it. And if you can, subscribe to Shibo and Bark, right? Because there's some more alpha around it. These are the same people that launched the Dojo Dogs, which was also a free mint, which holding a floor of about 5,000 right now dollars, and will rise because it's encrypted on Doja on Doge chain. So it's like Bitcoin ordinals. These are doginals, right? Let's say an ordinal for Doge, and that's why you see them everywhere. And yes, what I want to more say. Oh yes, we got to mention Fartcoin on Sui. Fartcoin on Sui, right? If there was ever a shitter that I'm gonna max out on, it is Fartcoin on Sui. I'm bullish on Sui, bullish on Fartcoin. For me, very easy. I cannot wait to go to the next Bitcoin conference and say, look, I thought Bitcoin was going to retire me, but hey, Fartcoin did the job. It's just all these Bitcoin maxis will be triggered AF, right? If you would like some gas money, just drop your Sui wallet below in the comments. I'll make sure to get some to you. But can you pull up on the live stream the Fartcoin on Sui? It looks like a fabulous floor.
Yes. Let me go ahead and grab that.
Yeah, show that one. Show that one. But you guys, you're more than welcome in my space. I'm from the Dojo Dog community, tickets as well, right? But we do these spaces because, yeah, we can do spaces just for Dojo Dogs, which most of the spaces are open to everybody. But I kind of feel like sometimes it's intimidating for somebody else with a different PFP to show up because you're really going to stand out. And so I wanted to do something different. I also wanted to tap into more communities and see what they think and what they are bullish on. I don't want to be in
A
a little
vacuum.
bias tunnel. Yeah,
Yeah.
like your little yeah.
Yeah, the
So
Fartcoin, yeah, juicy. It's
yeah,
revisited uh that, this floor, and if you look to the left, it's like you can see what happened the last time it ran up. That leg up that it had was absolutely insane. So this one just has so much potential, and it's got a lot of juice left in it as well. So yeah, it's sitting at a 161K market cap with 43K liquidity. That's 25% liquidity on this chart. That's sitting. Yeah, it's a juicy buy, bullish ticker, and awesome community with a base dev. So if you are not holding Fartcoin on Sui, I don't know what the hell you're doing with your life. is all I can say. Get yourself
yeah,
some farts.
yeah. Okay, I'm very bullish on the meme coins still, right? I was very much in the utility discords and stuff. XRP, I'm a big holder of XRP, right? And all of that crap. And I was buying me some Pepe. And I was buying, and people were like, "Don't buy that." They're sucking the volume from us. They're just, I'm like, oh, relax. It's a meat token. Right. I'm just here having fun. Oh, Coach is coming up to speak for Fartcoin. Coach is back from a little bit of vacation. Now people are joining the space. We see Mr. G in the house. You guys, if you want to learn about financial hygiene, Mr. G here in the house, he's your man, right? He's actually boots on the ground in the States teaching, right? Teaching all of that. So go give Mr. G some love, give him a follow, and engage with the content and be wise enough, smart enough, right? You're so much worth it. The things you do for money, people do crazy things for money. So, and if you did something crazy for money, all right, cool. But do something good with the money, then make it work. Don't freaking throw it away, right? All right, Coach. Coach, good evening. It's good evening for you. Let's go.
Good evening, GM room, GM stupid fam, and GM everybody.
Morning.
Yeah, I just came up to clarify a little bit.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
I think we could do like 2x on our liquidity, but we just took some out from the liquidity pool to, have an easier way up. But yeah, you did a little bit lazy show. I was
I
like,
know. I'm
hey,
sorry.
listen, I mean,
I was.
pump my
I'm.
bags.
Well, sometimes I gotta look. Wild here is stupid busy, right? I actually running this space, talking in this space while listening with an earbud to an AMA from the MMKK that I am
That's
always
crazy
supposed to
work.
join, right? And
Angels work.
they're asking me questions too, so sometimes I'm closing the mic here and answering a question there. But it's and I've been in spaces all day too, right? So it kind of is like, but look, the grind is on. It's the hustle, and I love it, right? But you have much more to say about Farcon because I haven't kept up with the latest stuff. But now you can like what you can swap Solana for and buy Farcoin and Sui or even other crypto. Enlighten us.
Yeah, so on our website, we have a fart station where you can swap from various different assets, Solana included, straight into Fartcoin. Um, I can't find that link at the moment, but yeah, I come a little bit unprepared.
No, no, that's
Sorry
great.
about that.
Look, this is a great way to get people to the TG. You guys, you need to go to Fartcoin on Sui.
Right, that's
Right.
pinned in there.
Yep, pinned in there. And then you go to the TG. It's a very fun TG. Lovely community over there. I mean, they stink up the place like nothing else. It's really, really funny. I really enjoy it. So just go there for all the alpha. Also, if you want to learn about liquidity pools, this dev is pretty cool and he's so knowledgeable as well. So I'm not putting money in any type of project here, right? Usually, and the stupid crew knows this, it's about people, right? It's about people. And so when the dev came on stage here and he was actually spitting some good alpha, I'm just like, all right, well, that's a guy that can do it, right? And when we support all that, we can make it bigger too, right? So I'm not even calling this yet because I can't call in whale groups at a certain market cap. I need to wait for it to get to a market cap where big money feels more comfortable buying at certain market caps. You guys gotta understand this, right? So when things hit like 1 mil, 5 mil, 10 mil, it's a different crowd there, right? Gone are the degens that want to flip their bag and welcome the whales, right? So that's how that works. But yeah, go ahead into the TG if you want to get all of the alpha that was going on. There was a whale group that is being very knowledgeable and being taught, and there's now going to be a dolphin group as well. And Def is also posting like, what do you want me to make YouTube content about? Do we need to learn about trading? You want to learn about this or this? And the community can then vote, so you can actually learn something, right? So just head into that TG. I mean, even if you don't not buying a bag, you don't need to buy a bag directly, right? Go into TG, see what the vibes. If it's for you, then join the party. Just relax. There's a little bit more time. Is that a better shield, Coach?
No, I was joking before, but thanks for that.
No, you weren't. And that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes somebody get wild. You got to do better. I don't care if you're tired.
No, I mean, long term, we're all going up. I don't know.
Oh,
Market is a bit
really?
lazy, and CT seems very lazy today, and I don't know. But
It seems so, right? It's really
Like a
yeah. It's
little bit slow,
Monday.
but
It's Monday. Yeah,
no,
it's
we're
Monday. But
going up.
also you need to be more engaging. I think you also need to blue tick your account, coach. I think it's
I
time.
am not fully Web3 right now.
All right, you're not fully Web3. All right. Soon,
Yeah,
soon,
soon. Yeah,
soon, and then get busy, right?
yeah, that's right. I'm just working 9 to 5 and
Oof.
hustle some different things in real life.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's complicated right now, but
Well,
hustling.
hustling, mining that fiat to buy more of that crypto.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the game.
DMs work faster nowadays, anyways. So yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. But there will come a time, so be ready for it. And then you come to Wild, and I'll show you how. Get you monetized in a week. Blow your account up to nothing else. Right? Let's go. Let's
that's
go.
right.
I'm
And the
ready.
rate and X link, everybody go take from Wild's bio.
Yes. Go to my bio. Go ape on Sui when it's time. But get ready for it because that will be soon, and it will be large and big. Right? Things on there will absolutely send. Even if we wouldn't get the volume of Solana, things will send hard because there's only like sub 150 projects on there. So if you go to my bio, go to Rate and X, that's the Bulex for Sui. You can buy anything and everything on Sui. Perfect DCA strategy on there that you can use as well if you want a DCA, but also if you want to ape, right? There's the ape button in there as well. So just go ahead and check that out, right? I use that a lot to do giveaways as well in the spaces. So if you support me, I support you back, right? That's how we work in the space. All right, I think Tick is Tick. Did you fall asleep, my guy, or are you minting
Yes,
something?
yes, yes. Yeah, unfortunately, but yes, I do have to call
The,
it. Um,
yeah, yep.
but we will
We're
be
there.
back
We're there.
tomorrow at our
Regular
regularly.
time.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And please come prepared with some alpha, fam. I want to hear some fire tickers, or tell us why you're so bullish on the what you're holding. Let's go.
Yeah, so you should be, you guys. You should be bull posting, right? I mean, the stupid community does a great job at that, but you should be posting about your coins, the things that you're bullish on. I don't care if it's utility, I don't care if it's a meme, but you should get it out there, right? You should. I'm bullish on people who are bullish, right? Because that makes me feel bullish. And I'm like, oh, what's that guy posting about? Let me look it up, right? What is this? And you never know. You come across gems this way. We had a ton of projects in this space, and most of them, I would say 95%, are doing extremely well. Doing extremely well. And you come these, find these gems. Everybody likes to find a gem, but you got to post about it, or else people won't see it. If you're bullish on Bitcoin, then you post on Bitcoin, right?
Yes, yes.
Chill that crypto. All right, hold on. Let me get started here for some outro vibes. Gotta mess with some volumes. All right, let's go. Oh, boom. Yeah, Windows.
Yeah, what's the ticker?
Is this loud enough?
What's the ticker? Where's it at?
Shut up.
What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fat, got a runner on the map. Solana sniping like a gat, and the Zoe is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000x is gonna land. I got him chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Absolutely. The 1000x will hit you out of nowhere, right? All can happen here in crypto. You guys stay bullish on yourself. Follow each other. We'll see you again tomorrow. Tick.
Stay bullish, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's go. Let's
Tick.
go.
Tick. How was your day?
That was fantastic. Very good. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.